Yeah, we keep talking about our balance, about our depth. Obviously, with EJ being out tonight, that shortened our bench a little bit. But still 9 guys that contributed at a high level. Can't say enough about David Wilkerson and how he played tonight. And again, it's when the guy goes out, it's next man up. And we had a lot of contributions from a lot of different people, but thought particularly what he did for us and giving us that lift was pretty special.
What's that tell you about this team though, without EJ, your top scorer, and just be a top 14 in the league?
Yeah, again, I think it's our depth. I think it's our balance. Even going back to the summer, we've talked, I don't know that we're going to have a guy that averages 20 points a game for us, but, I think we've got a lot of guys that can contribute 1 through 10. And again, that showed again tonight.
A lot of attempted threes, a lot of made threes, you guys 13, and obviously Ty and Juwan combined to hit 9 of those. I mean, with how they play defense, especially with that kind of matchup zone, is that something that you guys felt like you needed to do tonight, hit those outside shots?
Yeah, they just force you to, Neil. I mean, if you study their defense and really look at their numbers, if there is a weakness to their zone, it's the way they defend the 3, and they're just so aggressive, protecting the paint, swarming to the ball. It's really a nightmare to play against, to be very honest with you. And you go into this game and you try to give the guys the answers to the test in terms of the matchup zone, if you will, but then they just counter you with something different. I told you guys earlier, what's difficult about this is you could run the same play 5 times and they may guard it 3 different ways. So you just got to be a basketball player. I thought for long stretches we did a good job of that and just making the right basketball play. And then obviously, being able to hit open shots was critical tonight.
Let's talk about David from what you've seen from him at the game here now and the progress he's made.
Yeah, he's getting healthier. Again, this is a guy that hadn't played basketball for 2 years. When we recruited him 2 years ago, we thought he could be a starter for us. And again, he had an injury in junior college that ended this season. He obviously had an injury last year that ended this season. He's getting back to being close to 100%. Obviously now he's got game reps under him, so he's getting in a better rhythm. And he's just a guy, he's got great size. He can drive the ball. He really reads the defense. And when he's making threes like he made tonight, 2 big threes, I mean, he's a good basketball player.
What did you think of, a little bit Novi there, maybe a little bit the final few minutes? What did you think of kind of the game execution?
Yeah, it's hard, Neil. When you're up 10 or 12, you're trying to find that balance against the pressure of attacking it. And then obviously, running clock to try to, seal the game with the time running off the clock. And, we've got to continue to get better in those situations. Obviously, being able to handle pressure against Cleveland State is going to be critical for us on Saturday. So we got to continue to work on that. Got to do a better job as a coach to put us in more and more of those situations in practice. Because as we say, all these teams are so good. All these games are going down the wire. So we're going to have to be able to handle that pressure. And for the most part, thought we did tonight. We got a little sloppy at times, but, was able to seal the game with it.
Last game, you guys missed a lot of free throws today. You guys go 9 and 9. I know you didn't get there much, but just to hit them all, how big was that?
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously big. Trying to seal the game late in the game, getting up there and making your free throws is something that just, can kill their momentum in terms of what they were trying to do with their pressure and turning us over. So credit to our guys for that.
We had a lot of different lineups tonight in the Wilkerson night. What's it say about the guys where it's like they don't miss?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's our balance and our depth. I mean, it's who we are as a team. It's, I think if you had to pick 2 things, what's our identity? What's our team's identity? Obviously, the defensive end of the floor. We've done a really, really good job there. And then the depth that we have of our team.
Earlier in the week, you said, and it's a little different because not the same people were there when you were at Northern Kentucky as a player. But, I mean, what's it like just to, knock them off in your first year as head coach?
Yeah, it's funny, man. Everybody's asking me that. It's, again, guys, I've been gone from there for so long, 12, 14 years I've been away from there, and I got so much respect for their program, not because I played there and because I coached there, but I got respect for their program because that program has championship DNA. They have had so much success, and what Coach Horn and even Coach Brandon, going back to before him, has done there. They built a program that's sustainable. But in terms of what it means to me, I'm just trying to win the next game on the schedule. If that's Northern Kentucky, it's Northern Kentucky. I'm trying to win Cleveland State on Saturday. That's where my mindset is. And again, me playing there and coaching there had no outcome on this game. It's our players went out there and played well enough to win, and give them all the credit in the world for that.
What is kind of BJ's prognosis kind of going forward?
Yeah, he's got a foot injury. Really what he's got is bone bruise, nothing structurally damaged. It's just, he's trying to manage. He can play. It just, as far as managing the pain, and basically what it is, he's got the bruises on his bones, and it's just like the more he plays on it, it just continues to bruise, right? It doesn't heal effectively. So we're going to be very aggressive. We hope to have him on Saturday. We'll see what that looks like. But we're going to be very aggressive with his rehab and treatment without obviously, making sure that nothing structurally gets damaged as we go forth. But, he's day to day, hoping to have him out there on Saturday. If not, would fully anticipate to have him back next week.
Anything else, Coach? All right.